Martin Allen took charge of Gillingham in the summer and guided them to their best ever start to a season.
That is terrific!
They've been in the automatic promotion places all season, and victory tonight will take them back to the top of the table. Wycombe were in real trouble when Gareth Ainsworth took over in September, but 7 wins in 11 has moved them away from danger. And if that form continues, their attention could shift from survival to making the playoffs.
What a stunner! That is an absolutely fantastic goal!
Yes, your Monday Night Football comes from Priestfield Live in N-Power League 2. It's Gillingham against Wycombe, and if you are a Sky Sports subscriber, you can watch wherever you are this Monday evening via Sky Go. It has been a terrific tussle between Gillingham and Port Vale, the top spot in recent weeks. Vale's 3-0 win over Accrington on Saturday saw them take over once again, but a win for Gillingham tonight will put them back on the top of the pile, but more significantly, it will take them 11 points clear of 4th place Burton. Wycombe's revival has seen them rise from 23rd to 18th. Another win here will see them 10 points away from the drop zone and to within 7 points of the playoff places with 17 games to go. Well, Martin Allen has made a habit of saving teams from relegation, but now he's turned his attention to the top of the table with Gillingham on course for League One in what would be a first ever promotion for the manager. However, it will not be easy tonight against a Wycombe side who are rejuvenated, and under Gareth Ainsworth, they're now perhaps beginning to believe they could be in the playoff mix come the end of the season. Delighted to say, alongside me tonight is someone who made appearances for both of these clubs in over 500 Football League appearances. A very warm welcome to Matt Lawrence. Matt, lovely to see you. Good to be back at your home ground, I would imagine. And let's start talking about Gillingham first of all. Casting your mind back to August, are you expecting the season they're having?
No, I really wasn't. Obviously, they switched over managers and Andy Hessenthal has moved upstairs. And Martin Allen has come in and he's done an absolutely fantastic job. Paul Scally, the chairman here, as he always seems to do, backs his managers to the hilt. And he has really backed Martin Allen financially this year. And they've got some fantastic players and they're just doing so well at the moment. I really wasn't expecting them to do so well, but they're absolutely flying at the moment and they're having a wonderful season.
But there has been a struggle in truth in recent games at home, just the 1-1 in 6, and that came against Northampton last time out. Is that what happens when you're leading from the front? People come here and make life difficult.
Yeah, of course they do. They come, you know, the old cliche, they come and park the bus. They make it very difficult for the home team, obviously being Gillingham. And yeah, it's tough. They need to get down the flanks. They need to try and break teams down. And as you've said, they've found it very difficult recently at home. Their away form's fantastic, and they need to try and convert, you know, that away form and bring it home and really get 3 points, you know, as much as possible.
And their top scorer, Danny Kedwell, he has in truth been struggling in front of goal recently, just one in last 12. They bring in Cody McDonald, who was terrific here just a couple of years ago, on loan from Coventry. How shrewd a move might that prove to be? That's
an absolutely fantastic move. I played with Cody here a couple of seasons ago, and he really is a great finisher.
He won every award going, didn't he?
He did. He won absolutely everything, and rightly so, very deservedly so. He scored a hatful of goals, you know, 25, 26 goals. He is lethal in front of goal. And he had a bit of a tough time. He's had a bit of a tough time at Coventry. He's not been able to take that form into the higher leagues, but it's so good for Gillingham to have him back here. I think he likes it at Gillingham. He likes the fans. He likes the Priestfield Stadium. And I think he will be very happy to be back. And I know for a fact that the fans are very happy to have him back.
Let's get a word with the Gillingham manager, Martin Allen. He's speaking with Jonathan Oakes.
Martin, you've been top of League Two for the majority of the season. You've been jostling in recent weeks with Port Vale for that top spot. Have you had to change your mentality at all recently?
Not really, no. The players have done fantastically well. They've been very consistent, and we've had some new players come in, and I'm just excited and looking forward to the game tonight. Just treat it just as another game.
You've picked up more points away from home than at home this season. Have you been able to identify why that is?
No, we haven't even looked into it, to be honest. We just carry on playing our way. We won our last game against Northampton 2-0, and we've had some really good games, and we've been very unlucky. And if we keep going like this, we should be okay.
You face a Wycombe team tonight who've been rejuvenated recently. What are you expecting from them?
They've got good young players. They've got great attitude, good energy, and yeah, the manager's done a good job with them. But if we play well, then we'll win.
Thanks for your time, Martin.
And you're probably wondering how long Gareth Ainsworth is in the dugout for tonight, because he's put himself on the bench once again. incredible record, though. The last 33 points available, his team have taken 23 points after 1 win in 7 at the start of the season. Is the fact that he's still involved as a player actually helping his cause and Wycombe's cause as well?
I think it probably does, because he is such a fantastic footballer. And, I think the lads out on the field will respect him so much as well. He'll be there every day in training. He'll be at the front of the running. He may be 39 years old, but he's an incredibly fit guy. He will be leading by example, and by doing that, he'll be gaining the respect of the players. They've got a lot of young lads in the team, and they'll be looking up to him. He's a wonderful player, and he obviously is going on to prove to be a wonderful manager at the moment.
Yeah, 5 at the starting lineup, 20 or below. We saw them warming up behind us a short time ago. It's a difficult balance, isn't it? Because on the one hand, he's warming up as a player, but he's also thinking, I'm managing this side. I've got to be thinking tactically about what we're doing tonight. It's a difficult balance, isn't it? That's
going to be really tough, yeah. I had it when I was at Millwall with Dennis Wise, and he managed to do it very, very well. I think it depends who you surround yourselves with as well. If you've got good people around you, you've got a good backroom staff, I think it makes it a heck of a lot easier. And yeah, on the one hand, he's thinking, right, which substitution do I make? And then, almost on the other hand, he's thinking, maybe I'm the man who can come on and change the game. So he needs those other people around him to give him a helping hand, I'm sure.
And only a few weeks ago, a side you say very much looking over their shoulders. Are they now looking upwards?
I think without a shadow of a doubt, they've got to look upwards. There's no point looking behind them. I think there's enough bad teams in the league for them to be free of relegation and for them to be pretty safe. So why not shoot for the stars almost and look there and aim for the playoffs?
Well, plenty more to come from Matt at half-time, but after the break, it is Gillingham against Wycombe. And just before the game gets underway, we will hear from Gareth Ainsworth, because once again, he's put himself on the bench tonight, keeping faith with the same starting 11 for the win against Dagenham and Redbridge last time out. But can they keep their run going and put a dent in Gillingham's promotion push? We're at Priestfield this Monday evening for live football from Empire League 2. It's Gillingham against Wycombe, and with the team's almost ready, let's get a word with the Wycombe boss, Gareth Ainsworth. He's been speaking with Jonathan Oakes.
Well, Gareth, the form's really picked up since you became permanent manager. 7 wins in 11. What's been the key?
Everything. The boys have been great. The spirit. We've tried to change a few things, and we did it as soon as I took over. We more training, harder training, different regime, and that'll take time to settle in. And the first sort of 5 or 6 games, a little bit indifferent, but like you say, the last 11 things really seem to have taken place, and the lads have responded really well to what I want and how we play. So, we're passionate and really fired up for games, and it's great. It's a great atmosphere and great place to be at the moment.
You face a team looking to go back to the top of League 2 tonight. Is it a marker of how far you've come?
Yeah, people say I don't think you can judge one game on a marker of how far you've come. People were saying that about Dagenham last week, and I think it's just you look at the games as a whole. I'm a great believer in the 46 games tells the tale, and I'll stick to that. But it's a big test. It is a big test tonight because they've had money. They've got Martin Allen, who's a character, and we've not had anything to do. All I've had to deal with is the people at the club. We've not been able to bring anyone in. We've had a lot of injuries, but I'll always focus on the positives and what I can affect, and that's the same tonight. What I can affect is those guys on the pitch, and I'll be doing that, and I'll be trying to affect them to win this game tonight.
His team have taken 23 points from the last 33 available. Can they keep that going, or will Gillingham return to the top of League 2? Let's find out in the company of your commentators, Don Goodman and first Ian Crocker.
Thank you, Simon, and let's have a look at the men who matter tonight. Gillingham are unchanged from the win over Northampton last week. Cody MacDonald, who had a prolific first spell with the club, has scored in both games since returning on loan from Coventry. Stephen Gregory started his career at Wycombe but was released 5 years ago. Dion Burton, 36 now, is at his 11th English club. Previous ones include Portsmouth, Derby and Sheffield Wednesday. 2 former Gillingham players start for Wycombe, who are also unchanged. Joe Cafor spent last season at the Priestfield Stadium, and Stuart Lewis was here for 2.5 years. Another ex-Gills player, Leon Johnson, is injured, and another, Dennis Ollie, isn't involved. Keeper Jordan Archer is on loan from Spurs, and Michael Harriman is on loan from QPR. Dean Morgan is at his 12th club. Previous ones included Reading, Luton and Chesterfield. Anton Robinson, who's just joined on loan from Huddersfield, is on the Gillingham bench along with Adam Birchall, who had a productive loan spell with Wycombe 8 years ago. Top scorer Matt McClure is on the Wycombe bench. He missed the last game after becoming a dad to Layla. Player boss Gareth Ainsworth is also a sub. So Cody McDonald is back for a second spell at Gillingham, and the way he started, it might be as goal-laden as his first spell. Joe Kafour was a Gillingham player last season, a 34-minute hat-trick against Northampton. The highlight, the former Arsenal trainee, is on the other side now. Gareth Ainsworth starting on the bench again. Became Wycombe's player manager in September when Gary Waddock was sacked. Martin Allen has had quite an effect on Gillingham, but that's kind of what he does. Both these teams have had their ups and downs in recent years, switching between League One and League Two. Any sort of stability has been hard to find, but current signs for both are quite encouraging. It is second against 18th. That may seem like a home banker, but football is rarely that straightforward, especially in the Football League. The way Wycombe have been playing lately, Don, you suspect they might just fancy their chances tonight.
Well, I think it's a level playing field, I really, really do, and it's not very often you hear that said about a team that are fighting at the top of the table against a team in the lower reaches, but that's what we've got here. Just over a week ago, we saw AFC Wimbledon give Port Vale a real scare. That ended up in a draw. I don't think we'll have too dissimilar a game here this evening.
Wycombe Wanderers have certainly picked up lately, given themselves some breathing space in the lower half of the table, and probably haven't given up on a possible playoff place yet. Gillingham are certainly giving it their all in their quest to escape from the bottom tier again. Knocked off the top by Port Vale on Saturday, but they'll be back in prime position if they win here tonight.
I think first and foremost they'll be looking at fourth place and the gap that they have. At the moment it's 8 points. A win here, extend that to 11 points, and really need a real almighty slide not to get the job done from there. I would suggest Wycombe, big game for them as well, you know. The form they're in title winning form over those last 11 games. If they can keep anywhere near that run going, you suspect they won't be a million miles away from that top 7.
Matt Fish will take this throw for Gillingham, who are in their centenary year. Dion Burton chasing this. And a corner early on for the home side. Dion Burton has been around the block and back in his career.
He certainly has. He's very, very experienced campaigner now, isn't he? Played at the top level. Gillingham really happy to have him.
It'll be the left foot of Joe Martin to take this corner. Sent back by Josh Scowen.
The first real test for Wycombe Wanderers defence. They passed it with flying colours, didn't they? Really defended the corner very, very well. Fizzed in with a lot of pace. Real good defending by young Charles Dunn.
Here is Joe Kafour.
Could be a good battle now. Between Joe Martin, the left back, Joel Grant, right-sided forward player, pace to burn. I'm pretty sure Joe Martin will know all about that.
Wycombe haven't actually played for over a fortnight. That came off Burton by the look of it, but it's gathered anyway by Stuart Nelson. That fish well advanced. But he was trapped by Sam Wood. Gillingham were in action last midweek, beating Northampton here. That was actually their first win in 6 home matches, so they have faltered in front of their own fans a little.
Scowen goes in, high boot, leading with the studs a little bit. Just catches Andy Frampton.
Fish will take this. It's aimed towards big Adam Barrett, but won't quite reach him. Burton. Charlie Lee hoping to take over, but away by Dunn. Charlie Lee will take this throw, and every chance it's going to be a long one.
It is a feature of modern day football now, isn't it? The long throw. Charlie Lee, one of many at every club, seem to have a player that's capable of hurling the ball an awfully long way. No harm done for Wycombe this time. Barrett pushing, but gone are the days where he only had one or two in the whole league.
Certainly gets some distance on his throws, Charlie Lee. There's Joe Martin, who scored the winner at Wycombe earlier in the season. Gillingham aiming for a double tonight. Son of West Ham legend Alvin. Morgan stopped in his tracks by Adam Barrett. Stuart Nelson having to deal with that swiftly.
Oh, that's really good closing down by Sam Wood. Didn't give it up, did he? Consequence of that puts the goalkeeper under real pressure. Harrying, forcing Stuart Nelson to a bit of a hurry. Gets his team a throw-in.
Harriman. Winfield. Dunn elects to go back to his keeper. Off the head of Dion Burton, and it's come to Miles Weston. He's got Joe Martin in support. Decent delivery to Burton. Cody MacDonald having a go, but blocked by Anthony Taylor. Kafour, back on familiar territory. Scored 9 goals for Gillingham last season, and that's a poor touch from Dean Morgan.
Well, first real threat for the home team, wasn't it? Dion Burton at the heart of it, but came from a run down that left by Miles Weston. Great ball in from Martin. Good chest control. Gets it in the danger area, but it's good defending, isn't it, by Anthony Stewart?
Gillingham with just 1 win in 6 at home. Wycombe have only lost 1 of their last 5 away. They really have improved immeasurably. Frampton. Frampton again.
Well, it is all fast and frenetic and hectic. Not a lot of time out there for those players. Both teams closing down each other really well. It's led to a scrappy opening 7 or 8 minutes here.
Michael Harriman on loan from Queen's Park Rangers will take the throw, and it's come off Joe Martin. Joel Grant with a cross. Stuart Lewis, former Gillingham player, left Priestfield in 2010. He's made a hash of that attempted cross. He's quite a character. Likewise, the man in the opposite dugout this evening. Gareth Ainsworth, player manager, replaced Gary Waddock in September.
Yeah, we haven't got two quiet managers out there this evening, have we? Both very, very big characters in the game.
McDonald, now Weston. He's going to have a go here, but it's a fairly routine save for Jordan Archer.
Well, Michael Harriman does well anyway, because he knows Miles Weston really, really wants to get that ball on his left foot. And fullback has done his homework, allowed him to come inside on his weaker right foot.
Kafour was coming back from an offside position then, and Stuart Nelson had to come out and deal with it. Stuart Nelson, who also played for Martin Allen at Notts County and Brentford. It's a huge kick. Winfield yet to really deal with it. And needed assistance from Dunn. Beyond leg for Adam Barrett. On leg, who moved permanently from Brentford during the winter window after initially joining on loan. Weston. Gregory, former Wycombe player. Fish takes over. Now Lee. And now Weston. It's a rather tame effort.
Better football all round, wasn't it? Plenty of movement. Miles Weston, the left wing, ends up on the right, getting across in there. It's a tame shot in the end, but better football from Gillingham. More controlled.
Grant. Grant again, linking up with Morgan. But Joe Martin steps in and is promptly tripped.
Naive, isn't it, really? Really naive, because Joe Martin didn't really have anywhere to go. Don't commit the foul. Probably only going to clear that for a throw-in.
Gregory. Fish. Charlie Lee. Could be a little awkward for Wycombe, but they duly deal with it. Joe Martin. Gregory. Away by Winfield. Now Morgan. Scowen. Harriman. Adam Barrett certainly wasn't afraid to put his head in.
Very old-fashioned centre-half, isn't he? Never a doubt he was going to stick his head in there. Tough as old boots.
Dave Winfield still wearing the captain's armband. In the absence of two who normally wear it. Henry Doherty currently injured, although about to return after a few months out. Former Norwich and Spurs player. And Matt Bloomfield has also been a long-term casualty for Wycombe. If Wycombe maintain their recent form, they'll certainly be moving onwards and upwards.
It is remarkable to think, isn't it? They've won 10 games all season, but 7 of those have come in the last 11 games. Incredible transformation. They dug themselves out of a hole. At the start of that 11-game run, they were bottom of this league. They were looking for all the world as if they were in a scrap to remain a league club. Just appear to be happy to contain at the moment, though, Wycombe. They're not really causing Martin Allen's Gillingham too many problems in an attacking sense. Gareth Ainsworth will be very pleased with how his defenders have handled any threats from the home team.
Scowen. Offside.
Look to get in behind, and he just goes a fraction too soon. Dean Morgan.
Winfield dealing with Burton. Here's Charlie Lee, though. Goal kick, but it looked encouraging for a moment.
Oh, good little bit of skill on the edge of the area. Sells. Charles Dunn dives in, the young defender. Can't make the most of it. It's been that kind of a game so far, hasn't it? The opening 15 minutes. The nearly game. Not too much for either goalkeeper to do so far. Must admit, it's very, very quiet in here. It's not really the kind of atmosphere that you would expect on a ground where your team are within a win of going back top of the league.
Joe Martin launching that one. McDonald. Burton, it cannons off Winfield, but here's Charlie Lee to have a go.
We're getting involved here. Anthony Stewart just hesitated. Burton had a shot. It bounced kindly for Charlie Lee, but it's going to take something spectacular from there.
It doesn't seem too long ago that Gillingham were in the second tier of English football championship level, and Wycombe were in cup semi-finals against Chelsea and Liverpool. Heady days indeed for these two clubs. Joe Martin towards Cody McDonald. Oh, that's a decent take from him. Now Weston. Joe Martin waiting, but Weston deciding to go it alone, and he has secured a corner.
Well, Harriman's played him well so far, the right full-back of Wycombe. Knows he's up against a really dangerous customer at this level in Miles Weston.
Two centre-halves naturally up for this one.
Looks very much like zonal marking to me, doesn't it? Dangerous, I think.
Joe Martin sends it in. Dion Burton failed to connect. Charlie Lee retrieves it. Cleared by Wood. Frampton. Gillingham and Port Vale already looking good for automatic promotion. They've opened a fair gap between themselves and the playoff pack, but fortunes can fluctuate in the Football League quickly. You can never be too sure. Burton struck it well enough.
Well, it's the first meaningful save, I would say. Young Jordan Archer has had to produce. I mean, Dion Burton really should not be getting a shot at goal from there. That's slack defending by Wycombe. Fortunately for them, goalkeeper was alert.
Free kick here for Wycombe, whose game at Bradford last week was postponed, hence a 16-day wait for a match. Well rested, but hopefully not too rested.
Yeah, sometimes it can work against you a little bit. We saw Crawley, they'd gone even longer than that, hadn't they? On Saturday, certainly some of the energy levels their players had haven't been harmed.
It's going then to float this in. Chases on between Fish and Wood, and Fish was certainly determined. And it should open up here for Gillingham. Weston, Wycombe racing back into their own half. Didn't turn out to be quite as good as it first looked.
That's good defending again. You've got to give the away team credit. They've got a couple of bodies around Miles Weston. And once again, it's another naive free kick given away by Joe Martin. Should know better. The defender under pressure, going nowhere. Shouldn't have any reason, any chance of winning a free kick off you in that scenario.
He's not quite in the right place.
I think the referee needs to stop that. It's a head injury.
Well, he's had a look, Al-Jaris, the referee, but hasn't blown yet. And Wycombe is still going here.
I think the ball went out on the far side. Not sure the referee was aware there. We saw it clearly right in front of our vantage point. Hefty challenge. Knee on leg. Just catches an arm across the face from Joker 4. Sure, it's unintentional. Striker using his arm for leverage. He's too pretty to be a centre-half, and he needs to get a couple of marks across his face anyway.
So it had actually gone out for a throw. High into the sky from Charles Dunn. Weston. It's going to be brought back for a free kick, although Weston had actually continued against the odds. Free kick not taken in the right place.
The referee's not doing the game any favours, is it? It's a scrappy opening. 22, 23 minutes, taking the free kick from, what, 1 or 2 yards away. Not really much of an advantage being gained.
Fish to send this towards Lge, who won it well. Morgan. And Winfield put it behind for a corner in the end.
Maybe a lack of information to the big skipper, Dave Winfield. Looked like he needed to concede that corner. Having said that, couldn't afford to take any chances. You can see that zonal marking that I was talking about. I'd love to play against that. Just gives the opposition a run. A running jump will always beat a standing jump for me.
Stephen Gregory to take this one. On by Frampton. And Taylor made contact, another corner.
Very important. Defending again. They've improved in that department, haven't they? Wycombe, 5 clean sheets in the last 10 games is excellent.
Anthony Stewart, in fact, who knocked it behind. But it's given Gillingham another opportunity. That's some save from Jordan Archer. Lee.
Well, Leon Lge, as we said, he gets a run. Watch that, the big centre-half gets a run on the defence, and that's a wonderful save from Jordan Archer. Powerful header and a good save.
Charlie Lee. Cody McDonald losing out. Grant, who can be an exciting player, can make things happen. Winfield. Kafour. Offside against Wood.
Looked tight. Looked very tight. Maybe, given the position he found himself in, Sam Wood, he didn't need to be offside, didn't need to go that early as that's played. Yep. Just about. Good decision. The officials.
Martin. Certainly sent on its way by Stewart.
Well, as I said, it seemed to me that Wycombe Wanderers very comfortable, just keeping things nice and tight. It is Gillingham asking all the questions. However, I have to say, of the 4 saves, there's only really been the one any great difficulty Jordan Archer has had to produce. Wycombe yet to have a strike in anger at goal.
Joe Martin has a bit of work to do yet. That's clever from Lee. Gillingham certainly asking questions, but Wycombe standing firm. Wycombe have another corner to contend with. And Gregory takes it. Back by Lge. They're living a little dangerously, Wycombe.
I've never ever liked zonal marking. The idea of it scares me.
Weston! Just for a moment, it looked like it was heading for the top corner.
It got a new, didn't it? One of the first of the night. Pretty confident Jordan Archer in the goal. Knew very, very quickly that this was always curling wide. Cuts across it, sends it spinning. The goalkeeper's happy, isn't he? Comfortable. He looks the most likely, doesn't he? Miles Weston. Can be a handful for defenders. Just had the nod to switch wings as we were looking at him there. He's gone over to the right-hand side.
Nudged away by Leon Lge. Gregory with a foul eventually on Lewis. Stephen Gregory, who came through Wycombe's youth system.
And Lewis does well, just gets his body between opposition and the ball.
Facing his former club, as indeed is Stuart Lewis, once of Gillingham. Scowen's free kick. Typically won by Barrett. Lewis ready to return this. Safely gathered by Nelson. Although Charles Dunn wasn't far away.
Still half an hour in. Not had much to do at all, has he, Stuart Nelson? Goals has been the biggest problem for Wycombe Wanderers this season. Not many clubs in the league have scored fewer goals than them.
Here's Andy Frampton. Sent away by Anthony Stewart. Burton. Almost.
Yeah. Very long throw again. Just drops kindly for Dion Burton. Under pressure, has to rush. As he's losing his balance as he takes the shot, falling backwards. Can't keep it down.
Prior to playing for Gillingham, Dion Burton was in Azerbaijan with Kabbalah, who were managed by Tony Adams. Gregory. And again. Cody MacDonald trying to spin away from Stewart. Now Kafour. Leon Legge takes charge. And they're certainly grappling with each other.
That's good strong defending, isn't it? Just for a split second, it looked as if Joe Kafour might have had the run on Leon Legge, but the big defender having none of it. Good defending.
Lee. Out by Stewart. Sam Wood. Up towards Dean Morgan. Kafour going through the middle. Possible opening here for Wycombe. And here's Grant, but no way through for him.
Oh, very much standout players, very much all defenders at the moment in this game. It has been a game where defences have been on top. Yes, Gillingham have had half a dozen attempts at goal, but they haven't really carved anything clear cut out. He's a player, isn't he? He knows what it takes to win a battle. And that's certainly what they're in at the moment, this team.
Martin. Here's Cody MacDonald. Anthony Stewart toiling. MacDonald closing in. It's an awkward angle, and hence the side netting is struck.
I'm not really sure Cody MacDonald got his head up at all at any point as he broke away here. A couple of his teammates really try hard to get up with him. If he can just pull that back towards the penalty spot, you can see Weston arriving. I think Dion Burton was arriving. The angle from there, always against him.
27 goals in 45 games for Gillingham, though. He and this club seem to go together. He's just returned on loan from Coventry, where he wasn't quite so prolific. Dion Burton now for Charlie Lee. It's overhit by a fair bit. Leyton Orient take on Southend in the Johnston Paints Trophy. Sky Sports 1 HD, 7:30 Tuesday.
Trying to get their team going, aren't they? They haven't had much to get their teeth into so far. Should have been used to seeing much better.
Fish. Winfield has presented that to Lee, although his touch allowed a recovery. Gillingham have only failed to score 3 times this season in League Two, so patience may have to be a virtue today.
There's another Cardiff and Man United with a better record than that, isn't there? And you look at how far they are ahead in their respective leagues. It tells you just how well Gillingham have done. But they haven't really looked likely so far tonight.
Leon Legge just nipped ahead of Kafour there, and that was important, although Morgan now can give it to Sam Wood to strike. Terrific try. Super save too.
Well, you're right. The try, the effort, the attempt, the strike is absolutely top draw. I think the save does it. I think the save actually beats the strike. And it's very rare that you'll say that without the ball finding the back of the net. Nelson in the goal. That is a wonderful save. Top draw.
Well done both. Scowen's corner though. Well, Wycombe haven't offered much in this game, but they're certainly sizzling.
Not just the pace, was it? The movement, the swerve on the ball made it incredibly difficult for the goalkeeper. He was up to the task.
I think the ball is quite in the right place. Not for the first time tonight. Scowen delivers. Wingfield trying to get there. Leon Legge did get there. And he's suddenly surging forward to get a free kick. I wonder if he might get a yellow card for that.
I don't think the referee's got any choice, has he?
Josh Scowen is going to be booked.
A strong game, hasn't he, Leon Legge? Not only does he win the ball, clear the corner, he runs it out, he's got his head up, he's looking. That's cynical, isn't it? Cynical as it gets. Having said all of that, what a save Leon Legge's goalkeeper produced. That is a fantastic strike by Sam Wood. He must think he scored. Fingertips of Stuart Nelson are the difference. We waited a while, didn't we, for Wycombe Wanderers to have an attempt at goal. What a good one it was when it came.
Weston. Can he deliver? He can, but it's over everyone's head. Gerald Grant will be first to it. Booted away by Harriman. Dean Morgan confronted by Adam Barrett. Bought his team some time there. Here's Joe Kafour. Now Wood, who produced that magnificent effort, which was matched by Nelson. Grant coming in, and it had to be dealt with by Martin.
And again, another example of fantastic defending. John Martin had to be aware. Sam Wood outside of the left boot, looking for Grant at the far post. Good defending. And Joe Martin had to be. Slowly but surely, though, Wycombe just started to ask a few questions of Gillingham.
Yep, they're coming into this game. It's another corner for Josh Scowen to take. And it hung in the air for Stuart Nelson. Fish. He's done. And Dean Morgan is onside here.
Well, I have to say, my first instinct is that he's well offside. Assistant's flag stayed down. Gets himself back on. As that's let go. Well, possibly a good decision. Very, very close one. Striker getting the benefit of the doubt, but just a fraction too much on the pass.
I feel a long throw coming on. Charlie Lee. Adam Barrett has moved to the near post area as the intended target. And Barrett did appear to get something on that, but it ended up in the side netting.
Well, once again, it was got a bit of an ooh, didn't it? But Jordan Archer in the goal. Complete control. It's a massive throw, isn't it? You can see the goalkeeper has it covered.
Unsurprisingly, a yellow card then for Josh Scowen, stopping Gillingham in their breakaway. Kafour. Sam Wood. Leon Leg on hand again to deal with the cross from Morgan.
Firmly poised. I think the pair of them know it. Games like this, first goal sometimes proves very, very decisive.
Having soaked up some pressure, Wycombe are settling into their stride now, creating a few chances. Lewis. Final 5 minutes of the first half at Priestfield. Joe Martin's header. Dave Winfield's header. Another one from Morgan. But here is Lee. Between them, Stewart and Harriman just about sorted out. Apart from that bit.
He had more time than that, didn't he, Michael Harriman?
Here comes Charlie again. It's another long one, and it drops just wide from Cody McDonald.
Well, this time Jordan Archer didn't have it covered, did he? The goalkeeper, he was helpless. It's long throw flicked on. There's a yard the wrong side of the post. It's pure instinct from Cody McDonald. You can see what he's trying to do. Just can't quite wrap his head around it, but you can see 10 attempts at goal to Wycombe's 1.
Wycombe's 1 was the best one.
It was.
Here we go again. It's a pretty good Rory Delap impression from Charlie Lee. Joe Martin. Lee. Frampton. Pinch back by Lewis, and now Grant takes over. And there are options available here for Wycombe. Kafour to his left, Morgan to his right. He's gone all the way by himself and forced another decent save out of Nelson.
Well, he's holding his hand up because he had Dean Morgan on the outside of him. And all he had to do was slot Morgan. And it's a fantastic break, isn't it? Morgan just needs rolling in there. And it's becomes a much better chance. Grant takes on the shot, gets a little deflection, which probably makes it a better effort than it actually was, because that was going straight at Stuart Nelson. At least the deflection forced the goalkeeper into a decent save.
Scowen's corner. Turned away by Gregory, ultimately.
I think Gareth Ainsworth will be pleased. I mean, defensively, they've been excellent. And in the last 10 or 15 minutes or so, they've just started to show they can cause Gillingham problems going forward.
Morgan. Sam Wood has moved ahead of him. Here he is now, though. Away by Leg. There's quite a few things have been so far. Wood. Fish able to poke it out for a throw. Last minute of the first half, which has mostly belonged to Gillingham, but over the last 10-15 minutes or so, Wycombe have probed as well.
Up again!
Harriman. Winfield still up there. Morgan. Lewis is waiting for a pass. Morgan gave it away ridiculously cheaply in the end.
Overdone, wasn't it?
Come on, Wesley!
Talented lad, Morgan, but he can be guilty of overdoing it at times. Simpler option was the better one then.
We're into a minimum of 60 seconds of stoppage time. The end of the first half in this League Two encounter. Gillingham hoping to regain top spot from Port Vale. Wycombe, if they win tonight, would propel themselves up a few places.
Port Vale will be looking on, and they'll be enjoying what they're seeing. You can see the resurgence that Wycombe have had in the last 5 minutes. It's been excellent. Took a long time coming.
Frampton. Lewis. Kafour. He was tripped by Adam Barrett, and this will be the last action of the half, surely.
Well, it will, and if Sam Wood's effort a minute or so ago is anything to go by, I'll fancy this, but, well, Barrett's hung a leg out, hasn't he? There isn't barely any contact, if any. He's gone to ground, the central defender. Giving the referee a decision to make.
Looks like Dean Morgan will send this in. Wycombe have had a strong end to the second half, to the first half rather, and will be encouraged by that. Gillingham had a stack of chances, but Wycombe almost scored in spectacular style. Nelson saving Wood's shot, which really was fizzing towards him. And half-time at Priestfield, though, it is Gillingham 0, Wycombe 0.
Yes, at the start of play this evening, 16 places separated these two sides, and against the side who have the best first half record in League Two, Wycombe certainly grown in stature throughout that first half. Matt Lawrence, who's played for both clubs, alongside me. We'll hear from him when we come back. But on a night when things have taken just a little time to warm up, it's Wycombe who finished the first half the strongest. All square at Priestfield at half-time. Goalless here at Priestfield at half-time between Gillingham and Wycombe Wanderers. In terms of attempts at goal and attempts on target, the home side dominating and just shading possession as well. Matt Lawrence, who's played for both these clubs, is alongside me, but in terms of how the half finished, will it be Wycombe the happier?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Come the end of that first half, Wycombe were looking the stronger side, definitely in the ascendancy going into half-time. I think they'll be getting into the dressing room. They'll want to come out for the second half because they were looking very good, and specifically the Sam Wood strike right near the end was a great strike, wonderful technique and a good save.
What was better, the strike or the save, or equally good?
Equally good. Maybe the save just shaded it, because right at the last minute the ball swerved a fair bit, didn't it? And Stuart Nelson's done very well just to tip it behind and over the bar.
Swerves hugely, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. He strikes across the ball, doesn't he? And yeah, it swerves right near the end, and Stuart Nelson, say, grasping a thin air almost, but just managed to get a fingertip on it.
And as far as Joel Grant's chance that came towards the end of that first half as well, how decent a chance was it? Should he have done better, in truth?
He probably should have laid Dean Morgan in. I think he chose to take the shot on himself. It wasn't a great strike, and I think it came off the back of Matt Fish's calf. And again, Stuart Nelson pushed it behind, but that was a pretty routine save, to be perfectly honest.
It's only been a couple of times this season that Gillingham have failed to find a net in a league game. As an attacking force in that first half, what are your thoughts?
They weren't that great, to be perfectly honest. I think on the left flank, they've done very, very well down the left flank, and you know, they look reasonably strong. But I think the majority of their chances have come from set pieces, whether they be from Charlie Lee's long throw or whether they come from corners.
Have you made of Wycombe's defending? Don was mentioning a lot in that first half, the zonal marking as opposed to going man-to-man. As a former defender yourself, did you ever have to play it? And if so, what challenges does it pose?
Yeah, in the 17, 18 years of professional football, I never once zonally marked. I'm not a fan of it at all. I really don't like it. As we saw from Wycombe there, they're all lined up along the 6-yard box, and it's just given the Gillingham players that run on them. And as we saw, Leon Legge had a great header, and I think they're looking pretty vulnerable with that zonal marking. They've got some big guys, the likes of Dave Winfield. I don't see why they don't just pick up and mark man for man.
What will Martin Allen be looking for more of? Obviously goals, goes without saying in the second half, but a chance to put that 11-point gap on fourth place, go top again. It's a big opportunity. What will he look to do second half?
First and foremost, he'll definitely want to keep a clean sheet, and then they'll progress from there. If they only get a point, I think he'll be relatively happy with that. They need to get the ball out to Miles Weston more. He switched flanks. He started on the left, then he moved over to the right, but Miles Weston looks very, very good in attack, or certainly the only real attacking option that Gillingham have had. You know, they've got the likes of Dion Burton and Cody McDonald up there, but they haven't been that dangerous. They haven't really been able to get the ball under control, and Gillingham haven't really been able to find those two guys. So it's all really come from Miles Weston.
You'd imagine so far Gareth Ainsworth will be probably keeping the training top on, won't he?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. He'll be very happy with the way his young side have performed, and he'll just be after more of the same. You know, as we said, they were the stronger team come, you know, the last 10, 15 minutes of that first half. So he'll keep that tracksuit top on, and you know, I'm sure he'll stay warmed up. We may see him for the last 10 or 15 minutes, but he'll be a very happy manager.
Yeah, so far in 2013, Gareth Ainsworth has resisted the temptation to start himself. I wonder if he'll bring himself on a little bit later. It's going well for his side so far. This is a big opportunity, though, for Martin Allen. Can they wrestle initiative and head top? International football takes centre stage midweek here on Sky Sports. Gordon Strachan's first game in charge of Scotland is against Estonia. It's from 7:30 on Sky Sports 1 HD. Over on Sky Sports 2 HD, you can follow the Republic of Ireland against Poland, again from 7:30. And over on Sky Sports 3 HD, it's Wales against Austria, 7:30, Sky Sports 3 HD. Here at Pressfield, half-time, Gillingham 0, Wycombe 0. Matt Lawrence alongside me. One win in the last 6 home games for Gillingham. Got a win last time, of course. Do you sense the longer this goes on, with the opportunity that's there, the crowd may get a bit nervous?
I think they're already a little bit edgy, aren't they? They've been very quiet so far, the crowd. I think it took something like the 35th minute for us to really hear the Rainham end stand. You know, generally they've been very quiet throughout the game. I've noticed the last 2 or 3 seasons they've been quite quiet. It dates back 9 or 10 years ago when they were in the Championship. They had a real loud, real vociferous crowd, but that seems to have gone down slightly, and the noise levels haven't been great here.
I can tell you there's a couple of gents near our studio who are anything but quiet. Same can be said of our commentators. Let's rejoin Don Goodman and Ian Crocker.
Gillingham are about to start the second half, but they have made a change. Andy Frampton has gone off, and coming on is Anton Robinson, who's just joined on loan from Huddersfield, so this is his debut. He's only played twice for Huddersfield this season, so hasn't seen much action at all. Gillingham on top for much of that first half, but Wycombe finished it strongly. We'll be hoping to start the second half as they finished that first. They'll certainly feel they're in with a chance of winning here. Gillingham may be flying high, but they haven't actually won back-to-back home games since October in League Two, although they are pretty good on their travels, where they've only lost once.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Remarkable statistic for a team that have been top of League Two for all but 2.5 weeks of this season.
Gregory, it's bounced off Weston. Martin Allen would have fired his team up. They were out early for the second half. Caught an interception there from Barrett, but Wycombe could yet come back for more. Just a throw.
Joker grew into that first half, didn't he? In the first minute of the second half, makes a really good run in the channel. Lively. Good bit of pace. And he's got his team up the pitch. And Wycombe looking to start the second half where they left off in the first.
Scowen will take this throw. Winfield trying to get near it.
For his thoughts, actually. I imagine he wasn't overly happy with his team's performance in the first half. Yes, we saw they had plenty of attempts at goal, but in all honesty, they didn't really create kind of clear-cut chances that are glaring. I've been disappointed with that because they are a decent team going forward, as well as having the best defence in this league. They carry a goals threat. You've already mentioned it. They've only failed to score in 3 of their League Two games this season, which is a terrific record, but didn't look likely in that first half.
Charlie Lee has earned a throw, which is good news for Charlie Lee, because he can launch it again towards Adam Barrett at that near post. In fact, he's going to send it to the other centre-half, Leon Legge, who nearly got to it. Burton and Weston! Frantic defending, but it's not away yet. Back by Robinson. Scowen finally clears it. Winfield's been hurt in the process of defending that.
Well, I'm not surprised. Pandemonium in there, wasn't it? A long throw that wasn't dealt with, and this is where Gillingham have probably looked the most likely. Legge attacks it, everybody misses it. Burton gets in there. Weston nearly scores. And it's all hands on deck for Wycombe, and that's where Dave Winfield hurts himself. I think he may, in attempting to clear it, head his own player, but an awful lot went on before that. And the big skipper in the thick of it. Cleared one off the line, then got himself up, and there, head on it again. And headed the back of another player. Yeah, painful one for him.
Dave Winfield, the stand-in skipper.
Wasn't that a fantastic display of desire? Not letting the ball breach your net. Led by example there, didn't he?
Gillingham's next 2 games are against Bradford and York away from home, and strangely enough, Wycombe's next 2 games are against Bradford and York at home. What a clever trick.
Very clever.
And Paul Scally, the chairman here, is going to take Gillingham on an American-style road trip, apparently. They're going to stay up north for those 2 games and train at Leeds.
This will be a test for them now, especially with the big skipper off. Man down, but plenty of height down as well in terms of the defending.
Gregory groans around Priestfield.
I'm surprised, I'm really surprised, because that's where the problems they've caused Wycombe have come from. The corners, the long throws. And they didn't elect to put the ball into the mixer, so to speak. The chance is wasted.
So Winfield is back on. Burton. Cody McDonald chasing, but it was always heading behind.
With an excellent home record, Gillingham, last season, didn't they? Won 13. This was a bit of a fortress, but they have been a little bit hit and miss here of late this season. They need to get their home form back on track.
Gillingham only just missed out on the playoffs last season on goal difference, and they don't want to be too concerned with that again this season. They would prefer to take the automatic promotion route, and it's still looking pretty good for them in that respect. Andy Hessenthaler moved upstairs to become director of football. Martin Allen came in, and they won 7 of their first 8 games, which certainly set their stall out for the season. Burton, McDonald. Barrett underneath that. Here is Lewis, former Gillingham player. Morgan chasing. Barrett making sure there's no way past. Joe Martin's throw. Weston taking on Harriman. Cross is going over and out though.
Once again, I have to say it's a good example of defending. Michael Harriman doesn't allow Miles Weston to settle, to have time. He's always under pressure. A wide player to wrap his foot around that ball. It's been a good battle between him and Harriman.
Wycombe Wanderers were relegated from League One last season. They spent 6 of the last 8 years in the bottom tier of English football. This is their 20th year in the Football League. It's Kafour against his former club. And it's a vital block from Nelson, who's certainly making a major contribution to the cause for Gillingham.
Well, it is. Wycombe are the ones carving out the better, the more clear-cut chances. Lovely interplay, good movement from Kafour. Extra little burst of acceleration, takes him away from Barrett, allows him to get the strike in. I have to say, Stuart Nelson does really well. How often do you see those go through goalkeepers' legs?
Scowen's corner. Looked for a moment like it might find a way through. Winfield.
Oh, it's off the line, isn't it? That'd be Anton Robinson. Winfield attacks it really well.
Woods throw. Dug out by Lee. Sam Wood. Firm challenge from Lee, typical of him. Burton now up to Cody McDonald, and that's a foul by Anthony Stewart.
Well, my first impression is that's a fairly soft one. Referee Roger East has given it in favour of the striker. Oh, leans into him, doesn't he? Anthony Stewart. Strong defending. Don't see too much wrong with that. But from the corner, Winfield, and it was Anton Robinson on his debut, throwing the ball off the line.
Does Miles Weston fancy this? Yellow card for that challenge for Anthony Stewart.
It's harsh in the extreme.
Potentially a big moment in this contest. 10 minutes into the second half. Weston! Never troubling Archer.
Yeah, went hard and low, didn't he? Maybe the right idea, but criticism is he doesn't hit the target. Finely poised, aren't we? I have to say.
Flicked on by Morgan for Kafour. Grant moves ahead of him. Harriman. Easily cut out by Martin. Not back by Stewart. Now Lewis.
Trying to pick the tempo up, Gillingham, aren't they? It's noticeable when the ball goes out for a throw-in. Trying to get it back in much quicker than they did in the first half.
Fish. Well, it came to Dion Burton. Well, it was inviting to have a crack.
Well, that is one of the hardest skills in football. Balls coming towards you, across you. You've got to time that absolutely spot on, because if you don't, that's what happens, and he knows. He made it look as difficult as it was. Not easy, that.
Harriman. Steered away by Martin and then by Barrett. Grant. Wycombe actually won 2-0 here on their last visit in 2010, when their now player-manager, Gareth Ainsworth, scored.
He is kicking every ball over there, bouncing around like a jack-in-the-box, demanding more and more from his team.
Only he'll bring himself on before the night is out at Priestfield. Morgan. Grant. Kafour chasing this. Leon Legge stuck with him. Sam Wood, who produced that stupendous strike in the first half, only to see the keeper make a magnificent save. Best moment of the game so far.
Leon Legge and Joe Kafour in a race there as a tangle of legs, and to say a lot of referees would give a foul for that.
Weston taking on Harriman. Martin's cross. Away by Winfield, but only to Robinson, the debutant. No foul. Morgan got there ahead of Legge. Kafour in the middle. Not many others on the scene yet, although Josh Scowen arrives now.
That's a poor decision from Scowen for me. To keep the ball moving into Sam Wood.
Charles Dunn. Sam Wood. Just clipped. Handy free kick this.
I have to say, I would be a little bit concerned if I were of a Gillingham persuasion, because for me, Wycombe are growing and growing and growing from the last 10 minutes of the first half. They've looked threatening in this half. The movement of Morgan, Kafour and Grant in particular, and the pace is causing Gillingham's defenders all kinds of problems. And they look the more likely to score for me at the minute.
Well, they could do here. Scowen sent it in. Nelson with the save. And Wycombe wanted a penalty amid all that.
Oh, they look like a push. It was the big centre half. Anthony Stewart was up there. Felt that he was bundled over. In the midst of all that was a clear goal-scoring chance, a glaring miss. The ball went straight to Stuart Nelson.
It's powered away behind by Legge.
Oh, Gillingham hanging on by a thread here. They may have scored not once but twice. Kafour's got to score there, and then into the back from Martin on Stewart. There's the first chance. And as the ball comes down, Joe Martin leans into Stewart. I mean, that's a penalty for me, I have to say. Officials have missed it.
A few Wycombe players still having words with Roger East, the referee, about it. Scott's corner, Winfield! Goal kick.
Yeah, and as if it wasn't quite enough in here, all of a sudden it's gone much quieter because Wycombe are in the ascendancy. Winfield attacks it really well, under pressure from Barrett. This is the one, Kaffour on the chest, he's got to score from there. Hits it straight at Nelson, and then for me, Joe Martin leans in to Anthony Taylor. Some would say it's strong defending. I thought it was a penalty.
Cody McDonald. It's won back by Michael Harriman, QPR youngster. Morgan. Winfield. Lee. Fish. Robinson. Away by Stewart. Don't think you're getting anything for that somehow.
No, don't think so. Smiling about it at least.
Well, Miles Weston is going off for Gillingham. He's going to be replaced by Chris Whelpdale. He had a few games on loan here a couple of years back and then made a permanent move to Gillingham from Peterborough. Weston, who had his moments in the match, trudges off.
I have to say, Michael Harriman has played him fantastically well, the young fullback.
Charlie Lee's long throw then. Oh, it's Barrett who'll try and get his shot away. Some last-ditch defending. Martin sent it back in though, cracking cross. But Dion Burton could not connect.
And at last, they take it up the other end. Cause Wycombe a little worry, a moment of concern. It seems like a while since they have. But this is where I think Wycombe should be in front. For me, Anthony Stewart is about to bundle that in, and Joe Martin leans in. Should be irrelevant because Kaffour should have scored, but there you go, leaned in.
Well, certainly every Wycombe player asked the question. Referee Roger East. Seen a few of these tonight. Charlie Lee delivers again. On by Barrett. Gathered by Jordan Archer.
Well, once again, Wycombe's problems come from this long throw. It's flicked on by Barrett. Dion Burton very close, but look at the referee at the top of your screen. Let's have a look at his view on this. Is it unobscured? Well, I think he's got a view through to that. I really do think that he can see. I have to say, I think a lot of referees, most referees, would be pointing to the spot for that.
Grant. Dunn. Wood. Gillingham are going to bring on big Danny Kedwell shortly. Will certainly add a physical presence. Charles Dunn, who's broken into the first team this season, just 19. Gillingham are going to make that change now. Dion Burton is going off. In comes Danny Kedwell, local boy, born in Gillingham. Top scorer this season with 12 goals, although half of those have been penalties, and he was top scorer last season as well with 14, also very prolific during a spell with AFC Wimbledon.
Well, played all his cards, hasn't he now, Martin Allen? Gareth Ainsworth not made any substitutions yet, and I think that tells us which of the two managers is happier with the way this game is going so far.
Helped on his way by Barrett. Stewart. Lewis. Barrett sticking very close to Kuffour. Kedwell chasing this, but the other two are a bit quicker, and it's going for a goal kick. Gillingham only beaten 5 times in League Two this season, 4 of those defeats coming here at Priestfield. Wycombe has certainly made a match of it this evening, which is no great surprise bearing in mind their recent form. Skidded on through Harriman.
Just about his first mistake of the game, wasn't it, Michael Harriman? A really, really good game. Right back, got away with one there.
Kedwell will certainly put himself about. Just like that. Gregory. Now Matt Fish. Fish's cross easily dealt with by Lewis.
I wonder how Gareth Ainsworth is feeling right now. Probably feels his team should be ahead based on the clear-cut chances that they've created. Yes, Gillingham have probably had more shots at goal, more attempts. The clear chances all seem to have come Wycombe Wanderers' way.
Here's Morgan, now Harriman. Well, Dale. Kedwell. Didn't quite go according to plan for Charles Dunn, but it ends up with his keeper.
And result that counts, eh?
A point wouldn't be enough to take Gillingham back to the top, incidentally. Port Vale have a better goal difference. But Gillingham and Port Vale certainly the front runners for automatic promotion. Gregory.
We're talking about a point not being enough, but having said that, you know, if you look at the last 11 games, Wycombe Wanderers have actually taken 5 more points than Gillingham. Is it a bad point here against a team in that good a form? I don't think so. I really don't, but still hoping for the 3. Martin Allen, I'm sure.
Well, Matt Fish is onto this. Whelpdale. McDonald, Fish. Decent this from Gillingham. It's Whelpdale. Will it come through to Kedwell?
Fantastic defending again. Outstanding from Anthony Stewart.
Wycombe on the attack now with Morgan, and suddenly It opened up for him, and Nelson once again proves to be a formidable barrier.
Wow, what a fantastic run from Dean Morgan. He has looked sharp.
Had a couple of saves similar to that, Nelson tonight. Yes, Whelpdale, if he can get to this. Up against Dunn.
Delicately poised, aren't we? Gareth Ainsworth will definitely feel his team should be ahead. Look at the busier goalkeeper. Stuart Nelson has had to be at his finest.
Whelpdale taking over the long throw duties. Kedwell, leg. Free kick for Kafour. Robinson all over him.
Oh, that's chance for Gillingham. Fantastic defending. And from that, got this breakaway from Dean Morgan. Picks the ball up just inside his own half and drives and drives. Terrific pace, wonderful touch. And you're thinking, is he going to dink it over the goalkeeper? But I have to say, Stuart Nelson stood up till the very, very last seconds there. Made it difficult for the striker. Excellent goalkeeping.
Leg. Fish. Whelpdale. Dave Winfield getting stuck into Danny Kedwell, and now a free kick for Wycombe.
It's good to see a lot of honest players out there, not making a meal of these kind of challenges. That's a great challenge, and then there's a clear foul by Fish, but I say Scowen gets up immediately. Good to see.
Wycombe took just 4 points from the first 21 on offer this season, hence Gary Waddock left the club in September. We'll ignore that one, I think, from Jordan Archer.
Yeah. Less said.
Morgan. Scowen. Joel Grant. Wycombe are going to bring on their top scorer soon, not long after Gillingham brought on theirs. Matt McClure waiting in the wings. Away by Stewart. Leg deals with Wood, or does he? Wood has won it back. Stephen Gregory got involved, but it's a free kick given against him.
I think he's moaning because he clearly feels he got the ball. They have a point at first viewing. It's scrappy in there, isn't it? Leg gets in a tangle, and yeah, he does get the ball, and that's why disappointed to concede a free kick for that.
Scowen will send this towards Winfield, but it's met by Leon Legg. Lewis!
Just wouldn't come down quickly enough for him. Had to take the ball much higher than he would have wanted. Stuart Lewis bounces up, quite firm, he's under pressure.
Joe Kafour, unable to make his mark against his former club, was here at Gillingham last season. He's replaced by Wycombe's top scorer, Matt McClure, Northern Ireland under-21 international. He missed the last game against Dagenham and Redbridge, but he had a very good reason. His partner was giving birth to a baby daughter, Layla. It's come off Stewart. Booted away by Harriman, sent back by Martin, flicked on by Robinson. It nearly worked out for Cody McDonald and Charlie Lee. Home fans urging Gillingham on as we enter the final quarter of an hour. No prizes for guessing what's going to happen next. Charlie Lee tries again, away by Stewart. Grant. On by Whelpdale. Handball by Leon Legg. Joel Grant. McClaw wanted it in early. He's lurking in the box. And the corner. Burst of pace again from Grant.
Like I said, I think him, Morgan, Cafor all caused problems. Sam Wood played more as a wide midfielder than a winger. But Joel Grant wanting to run at defenders.
Not the biggest turnout of away fans tonight, but they've got a good view of this corner from Scowen. Charles Dunn will take this throw. Wycombe fans are doing their bit. Can the players do theirs? Chases on between Martin and Grant. Jordan Archer's clearance. Good spin off McDonald. Joe Martin caught out here by Joel Grant. Oh, and McClaw was waiting to pounce.
Well, another one bites the dust for Wycombe Wanderers, who at times have played really well to create real good goal-scoring opportunities. Grant pulls it back. McClaw, eyes must have lit up. He must have thought, first touch of the ball, I'm going to put my team in front, but you've got to give credit to Fish. Got himself in a good area, got the block in.
New ball, please. Wonder if we'll get a goal with this one.
Oh, you wonder. Gareth Ainsworth will wonder. Chance after chance coming their way. Is it going to be one of their nights? And is their biggest Achilles heel of scoring goals going to come back and bite them on the bum? That would be the worry for Gareth Ainsworth. He'll be absolutely thrilled with everything else.
Cody McDonald showing interest, but it's smothered by Archer. 19-year-old keeper, on loan from Tottenham. A poor kick out, but Danny Kedwell couldn't make the most of it. Second time around, it's a little bit better from Archer. Here is Kedwell, though. Now Lee. Robinson. Harriman tidies up for Wycombe again.
He has been outstanding, the young fullback. He really has barely put a foot wrong all night long. Saw the back of Miles Weston, one of Gillingham's finest players and biggest threats. He's put himself in good areas to mop danger up when it's come his way.
Well, he was loaned out to non-league St Albans last season. Legg and Barrett in the mix. Keeper fancies it. No wonder. Gregory sends it out for a throw. Centre half having gone up. He was minding the shot. Grant. Morgan's effort is blocked. McClure. Lewis. Grant. Lewis. Grant again. It's weak. Championship action coming up at the end of the week. There's a Friday night match between Watford going well against Crystal Palace, 7:30 Sky Sports 1 HD. And the Saturday game from 5 o'clock on Sky Sports 2 HD is Brighton versus Hull. Referee playing an advantage here, and it could be to Wycombe's advantage with Morgan. Sam Wood has got himself into the middle. It's definitely a free kick. Now.
Well, I wonder if Dean Morgan knew that Sam Wood was free as a bird on the far side. Probably not is the answer. Once again, good build-up play, but look at Wood. If Morgan can just turn and square it there, look at that. Good situation. Goes begging again.
Away by Winfield, and then by Harriman. Grant. Lewis. The search for a goal goes on. Charlie Lee's throw. Gregory. It's going to land on the roof of the net. Wycombe with 7 wins in their last 11 games, just 2 defeats. They really have made considerable progress in recent times. Gregory. Scowen. They're from Morgan, and the flag stays down here. It's Matt McClure. Oh, what a horrible miss from Wycombe's top scorer. He could have snatched the points.
Well, you don't need words, do you? You really don't. And as well as Gareth Ainsworth, really all the Wycombe team, hands on heads. I mean, he's onside. Martin is playing him on, but got all the time in the world. Sometimes some people argue that strikers, when you've got too much time, got too much thinking time. Again, look at Nelson. Nelson stands up really big, does not dive, does not commit, and the striker does not hit the target. What a waste.
7 goals in his last 9 games. He's the one Wycombe would have wanted in that position. But he failed miserably.
I have to say, in all the games I've been covering, I don't think I've seen a team create so many clear chances and not score.
Gregory caught out here by Scowen. McClure looking to make amends. He does! He came back for more straight away. That is the way to do it. And Wycombe are continuing to march up the table under Gareth Ainsworth.
Well, he didn't have any time, did he? Didn't have any time to think. This time it worked wonderfully in his favour. Once again, they win the ball back and they break at pace. You think the chance is gone, but that little flick there just gives him that little chance to get a strike away. That's brilliant harrying from Scowen. Plays a good ball. You think chance is gone. He flicks it over Fish. One touch, hard and low. Nelson, this time, absolutely no chance. And if they can hold out, I would have to say they deserve it. It's been just about the perfect away performance, and the sub has finally for Gareth Ainsworth come up trumps.
Well, he was rather baffled and bemused at McClaw's miss a moment ago. But 60 seconds after that miss, McClaw found the back of the net. Wycombe have the lead. But Cody MacDonald looking to force the issue here. Gillingham's home form at the moment, a note of concern for Martin Allen. Barrett flicks it on though! Nearly but not quite.
Craig again, and this has been Gillingham's best avenue, hasn't it? A long throw, Barrett with a flick on. It's all about getting on the end of those flicks, and Gillingham haven't been able to do it all night long.
That's how close Wycombe Wanderers are. Will it be 1 win in 7 at Priestfield for Gillingham? Wycombe close to claiming a major scalp.
They're also close to becoming only the 4th team to stop Gillingham scoring all season. Barnet, Cheltenham and Oxford. The other 3, you have to say, they have defended fantastically well and really protected Jordan Archer. Hasn't been overextended, the goalkeeper.
Gillingham have conceded the first goal at home in 5 of their last 6 matches now, leaving themselves with too much to do, but they still have time to save their day here, especially with these long throws that keep on coming. Come off Stewart, it'll be a corner.
Well, they have scored late goals in their last 2 games. Gillingham has been a feature.
And they do nearly always score. Joe Martin's corner. It's off the line. Barrett may well have made contact. Grant, meantime, is racing away here. Gregory struggling to keep up with him. So pacey. It was Stuart Lewis, a former Gillingham player, who got that off the line at the other end.
Well, that would be my one criticism of Wycombe, I have to say. Zonal marking, don't like it. Barrett heads it goalwards. Lewis does his job. That's the only thing I can say from Wycombe's perspective. Man on the post is there for that very, very reason. I reiterate, I do not like zonal marking. I really don't.
Not many defenders seem to either.
There are grey areas everywhere, really. And I do always think that anybody, 9 times out of 10, if you've got a run against a man who's got a standing jump, you should be rising higher than him.
Sent back by Stewart, offside though, against Morgan. And there's going to be 4 minutes of stoppage time at least at Priestfield. Can Wycombe hang on here? They'll feel that they deserve the 3 points. But Martin Allen's side will have some chances, you suspect, in what left. Robinson. But for Stuart Nelson, Wycombe might have been ahead earlier.
More than once. They really have created some fantastic chances. Not been able to take them. Until that goal, we just wondered whether it was going to be one of those nights.
On by Barrett though, Cody McDonald, but the flag is up.
Well, I don't think Cody McDonald was winning the battle against Anthony Stewart anyway. The centre-half has had a fantastic evening, along with his fellow defenders. Barrett flicks that on. Yeah, good decision from the assistant. As I said, regardless, Anthony Stewart got there on the cover.
Barrett playing up front now. Needs must for Gillingham as they look to salvage this. Gregory, Whelpdale. A little helped on by Dunn. Kedwell. Wycombe a little slow out there. Whelpdale heads it wide.
There was little Sam Wood on the far post, just did enough to stop Chris Whelpdale. It's a mismatch, isn't it, aerially, but the ball just too far ahead of Whelpdale. And Wood gets a little challenging, does just enough.
Jordan Archer's got a yellow card for taking his time. Oh dear.
Well, I hope the goalkeeper just walks away. Idiots. Not worth it, really not worth it.
A shameful moment. Once again, not for the first time this season. The Gillingham fans, to be fair, are booing that idiot, and rightly so.
The referee had dealt with him, hadn't he? Jordan Archer, the referee had booked him. To be fair, the young man trying to do the professional thing and run the clock down, really pushed Roger East's patience. Got a yellow card for his troubles, and the rest, stupidity, idiots.
It's always a sickening sight when that happens. A prompt action taken against him, though. A rather sorry end to the evening, though, with that incident. But Wycombe are closing in on another vital victory. And the way they're playing at the moment, you wouldn't rule out Gareth Ainsworth's side to propel themselves towards a possible playoff place.
You wouldn't. I've seen enough. I have to say, it's been almost a perfect away performance. Probably should have had another couple of goals.
It's just not going to happen for Gillingham. And there's been a yellow card shown to Dean Morgan as well, in a rather sordid end to the evening.
And Charles Dunn again throws the ball away from goal. He's already been done. He wasted time, didn't give the ball back. Goalkeeper Jordan Archer can't afford to dwell on this, really. He doesn't look like a man in a hurry, does he?
Scowen. Is there time left for Gillingham? Can't be much. Martin. Away by Stewart. Back by Lee, but it's over. Wycombe have won. 8 wins in 12 now. Gillingham failed to score for only the 4th time this season, and don't go back to the top of the table. And the small band of Wycombe fans who made the journey to Kent celebrate. Matt McClure missed a great chance to put them in front, having come off the bench, but 60 seconds later the top scorer did just that. Sam Wood came close in the first half. Took a while for Wycombe to get into this game, in fact, a good half hour or so, but once they did, they were well into it, and Stuart Nelson had to pull off a string of saves but couldn't deny McClure, who had the final say. Gareth Ainsworth must be really delighted with the way his team are performing at the moment.
Oh, he must be absolutely thrilled, and he must have feared the worst, because they weathered an early storm from Gillingham, defended really fantastically well, and all of a sudden, after half an hour, as soon as Sam Wood struck that wonderful left foot strike that brought the save out of Stuart Nelson, they were a different team, and they started to believe that they could get something out of it, and they grew into it and grew into it, carried a threat with the front three. Grant, Morgan, before while he was on, and then McClure comes on, misses another golden opportunity. You think the game's gone, you think they're not going to get the deserved 3 points, and then the sub pops up with a sublime finish, it has to be said. And I don't think anybody can deny, based on clear-cut opportunities, Wycombe deserved their 3 points.
Well, Wycombe are certainly on the up under Gareth Ainsworth. A wonderful victory for them. Let's get some reaction to it now with Jonathan.
Michael, how impressive a result was that tonight against a team aiming to go top of the table?
Yeah, great result. We come away from home. We started the game positive, and we got our awards from it in the end.
Matt, you scored the winner, but did you think you'd blown the chance to win it just before that?
Yeah, I went through and I changed my mind about 4 times where I was going to put it. In the end, I put it past the post, but I ain't going to miss 2 chances like that, so I put the second one away.
Yeah, did it just make you more determined to put that one away? Talk us through it.
Well, to be fair, the ball was a bit behind me, so I had to change my run a little bit, and it bounced quite nicely for me to flick it over his head and then just slot it in the near post. So.
Gareth Ainsworth kicks every ball on the touchline, doesn't he? What's he like to work under?
Oh, he's brilliant. You know, his enthusiasm. Every day he comes in, he runs around like a 16-year-old. You know, he's brilliant to work under, and it's showing on the pitch at the moment.
Michael, you're 7 points off the playoffs now. With the form that you're in, 8 wins in 12, can you get into the playoffs, do you think?
Of course we can. Now we're looking at how many teams we can catch above us. Every game we're going into positive, we keep this positive run going, and hopefully, yeah, we can get up in there.
Well played, thanks for joining us. Michael Harriman is the N-Power man of the match. If you do the honours for us, please, Matt.
Well, Gareth Ainsworth's players full of praise for the job he's doing, and for the small pocket of Wycombe fans that made the 2-hour trip here this evening. They're going home very happy, and this is why. Wycombe Wanderers have taken 26 points from the last 36, and it's a win that moves them 10 points clear of relegation. But as you've heard from the players there, they are very much looking upwards, because as things stand, they're just 7 points off those playoff positions. For Gillingham, they missed the chance to take over from Port Vale at the top of the tree once again. However, they do now sit 9 points clear of 4th place Burton, I should say 8 points clear of 4th place Burton. So a gap beginning to build where they miss out on the chance of going back to the top of the table. Tomorrow night, the Johnson's Paint Trophy takes centre stage. The aerial final between Leyton Orient and Southend is from 7:30, Sky Sports 1 HD. Matt Lawrence is alongside me. We'll hear from him when we come back on what he's seen from both of his former clubs. But if at first you don't succeed, try and then try again. And McClure did exactly like that. And it's Wycombe who are heading home happy and with all 3 points. Gillingham had the chance to retake top spot in League 2 tonight, but it was Wycombe who grew into the game and eventually took their chances. McClure finishing all 3 points to Wycombe. They're 7 off the playoffs. Here's a very happy Gareth Ainsworth with Jonathan Oakes.
Gareth, congratulations. What pleased you most about tonight's performance?
Everything, the all-round performance. What we said was going to came from Gillingham, and we dealt with it. There was a couple of things in the first half we had to address at half-time. I thought we addressed it really well, being organised, being they thrive off their set plays. I got my lads. I was a bit disappointed we weren't organised enough, but second half, I thought they were absolutely fantastic, and I think their goalkeeper got their man of the match here, and rightly so, because we could have scored a few more, and it just seemed to go right. The spirit we've got, the passion, and like I say, the tactics we employ in various games, we change each individual game, and it seems to be paying off at the moment, and I'm so pleased. Those lads deserve everything they've got today, because we've come here, tough place, and come away with the win, and I'm so proud of them.
Matt McClure missed a chance just before he scored the winner. Does that show his character to come back and put the ball in the net?
He doesn't miss many, that boy. You know, he's a natural finisher, and to like you say, to show the confidence to take it on again. And it was a break. We score a lot on the break, and we score a lot of counter-attacking, pacey goals, and he's a big part of that. So to take his second one as well as he did after the first miss was fantastic. And believe me, it won't affect him in the slightest. That miss, he'll be on tomorrow in training again and be slotting him away. So he's a finisher, but we can't single out anyone today. You know, I thought that everyone was fantastic today. You know, the club as a whole is getting a bit of identity back. The fans were fantastic. I know there's a few back at Wycombe watching us at the ground, and you know, hello to them and thank you very much, everyone. It's a good place to be.
You were kicking every ball on the touchline. Were you not tempted to put yourself on?
No, I'm too old to get on at that stage. I can start games, but I can't come on and change games anymore. So, like I say, when I start, something's going wrong, but I can't see me starting many more because the way the lads are playing, you know, I mean, I thought Michael Harriman was outstanding tonight, you know, the way he handled the wingers. And but Stuart Lewis, Josh going, I don't want to single out players. Dean Morgan makes things happen. It's an amazing thing. I think the one that cleared off the line at last 10 minutes was I thought he was in. I couldn't see whoever cleared it off the line. I have to watch it again. But all these little things building towards a great club and a great spirit and hopefully a great future for Wycombe.
How's your goalkeeper after a little incident at the end there?
Yeah, I think he you know, it's something I can't really comment on until I see it again. But I know Jordan is a tough lad, you know, and you get these silly people sometimes at football grounds, you know, and they give the rest of the Gillingham fans a bad name, one person. So, like I said, I don't want to comment on it too much, but, you know, everyone's okay in there.
8 wins in 12 now. Can you make a charge for the playoffs, do you think?
I've banned that word at my training ground, so I'm not going to talk to you about it. We've still got a job to do. The job I took over was to keep Wycombe in League Two, and that's priority. You know, whatever will happen after that will happen, but we want to push and we want to go as high as we can. I'm still looking below, but I know a lot of people are looking above to see who we can catch. I'll keep them on the ground, and hopefully we can keep this season going and keep it going. I'm really enjoying it, loving it, and I'm getting some good responses from the players, and it's great.
Well done, Gareth. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, as you heard there, not for the first time this season, I'm afraid to say, a fan broke onto the pitch and jumped onto the back of the Wycombe goalkeeper Jordan Archer. We hope we won't see that fan at a football ground any time soon. Terrific game this evening, but from your club's, I mean, you play for both of these clubs, of course, Matt, but from Wycombe's point of view, we said at the start, they're looking upwards. How good an away performance was that for you?
It's an absolutely wonderful away performance, and I loved watching that interview there with Gareth Ainsworth. He's just got this infectious personality, and it seems to be rubbing off on the football team, doesn't it? And obviously on the club as a whole. And going back to tonight, what a great performance! What a great defensive performance as well. You know, Charlie Lee must have thrown in about 15 long throws throughout the game, but they dealt with all of them, and they really did look at a very tough team to break down Wycombe. Gareth's got them so well organised, and you know, they could have won that game 2-3, 4-0, and I don't think anyone could have had any qualms about it.
Inside that dressing room, Matt McClure, just how relieved will he be in those quiet moments?
He'll be extremely relieved, because that was, you know, his first chance was a poor miss. I think Don alluded to it, that, you know, he had too much time to think about it, and then he dragged it wide. He's got to hit the target, but maybe he's cold. He's just come on, you know, substitute. So we'll give him some credit for, you know, putting that to the back of his mind and obviously scoring the second chance. It was a great finish.
Yeah, because it only came a minute later. And I guess, is he relying here just a little bit more on instincts, which is what, in a funny way, makes it an easier chance?
Yeah, exactly. Lots of centre forwards, that's how they work, isn't it? Rely solely on instinct. And yeah, previously, the chance he had previously, he just had so much time and he didn't know what to do with it. You heard him say that he changed his mind maybe 4 times, and that's a problem, isn't it, when you've got a lot of time. But yeah, fair play to him, all credit to him, and to Wycombe Wanderers. They were absolutely fantastic this evening.
You look back on the opportunity that came to him just before he got this goal a minute later, and the other opportunities that he had throughout that second half, and particularly at the end of the first half as well. Is that an area they're going to have to address if they're going to keep this push going?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe not bringing other players in or anything like that, but yeah, just working out. I'm sure, though, you know, they're getting the chances, aren't they? So they will start converting them. They've got some great forwards, haven't they? The likes of Kafour and Morgan and those guys. You know, they're a very, very good team. They're going to do very well, you know, in the running.
34 in 29 games, but you surely would take a lot of encouragement that you go away and create this many chances, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. They did so well, didn't they? We're looking at those chances again and again. They broke through the Gillingham defence on numerous occasions, didn't they? And they must have had 3 or 4 one-on-ones. And that's what I mean. They could easily have won this game 3 or 4-0. Gillingham are going to have to go away now and address the issues they've got. I thought they were very poor defensively. The switch they made at half-time when they took Andy Frampton off and brought Robinson on, I didn't think that particularly worked. I don't know whether Andy Frampton was injured, but he was there. He was protecting the back line. You know, he was playing that deep line defensive midfielder. And when he went there, they were far too open.
It was a tactical decision. So second guessing what the thinking was behind that.
I'm not really sure. Anton Robinson's obviously a more attack-minded player, but that showed Andy Frampton's a much more defensive-minded player, and he was there pivotal to protecting that back four in the first half. And when he went off, I thought that's when they became so open at the back. And as I say, they had 3 or 4 one-on-one chances in the second half, Wycombe.
So it is now 1 win in 7 for Gillingham here at home, missing out on the chance to retake top spot in League 2. Let's hear from Martin Allen. He's with Jonathan Oakes.
Martin, what did you make of that?
I thought we played well first half, and in the second half I thought we were very disappointing. We played really, really well as a team throughout the season, and with the Sky cameras coming to Priestfield tonight and another good crowd, I thought we made some good chances first half, very unlucky on several occasions. But in the second half I thought Wycombe deserved to win, to be honest.
You've not managed to quite keep up that scintillating form from earlier in the season. Can you put your finger on why that's been?
No, that's obviously something we have to look at, but for the time being we just have to look at why that second half was not as good as what we have been playing. We played very well just in the last home game against Northampton where we won 2-0, and now we get ourselves ready to go to Bradford on Saturday.
Still in a great position in the league in second place, 8 points clear of the playoff places as well. Is that something positive to focus on?
To be honest with you, I don't even look at the league table. All I look at is the way we play and how we perform and what we've got and what we're doing. And look now forward to the next game. Obviously review this one without a shadow of a doubt. And then have a chat with the players and see how we can improve our performance, because it does need to improve.
Thanks for joining us, Martin.
Pleasure, thank you.
Well, if we look at the next 6 fixtures that are coming up for Gillingham, all against teams 10th or below. So a terrific opportunity. Are you that concerned given what you've seen this evening?
Given what I've seen this evening, I'd be a little bit concerned. I didn't think they played particularly well. I think they relied solely on set pieces, on long throws, on corners to produce any chances. But yeah, you look at those fixtures, they've got 4 of those fixtures are away as well, and they're so much better away from home. They've only lost 1 game away from home this season. So no, I don't think Martin Allen will be too worried. As you say, as he mentioned there, he will address today's performance. He'll go home, I'm sure, he'll watch the video, and he'll probably bring the lads in, whether it's tomorrow or the day after, and they'll go through it, and you know, he'll pick out the points of where they went wrong. 8
points clear of 4th tonight. You can't see them blowing it for here, can you?
No, without a shadow of a doubt, they're not going to blow it. You know, they're too good a team. They've got too strong a squad. They've got too good a manager. I really don't see them blowing it.
Matt, really good to have your company tonight. Thanks ever so much. It's pointing in the direction of what's coming your way midweek here on Sky Sports when international football takes centre stage, and it is Scotland against Estonia for Gordon Strachan's first game in charge. 7:30 Sky Sports 1 HD. Over on Sky Sports 2 HD, you can see Republic of Ireland against Poland 7:30 once again. And over on Sky Sports 3 HD, it's Wales against Austria, Sky Sports 3 HD. Well, Gareth Ainsworth resisted the temptation to bring himself on, but he didn't need to. His team are on form and heading up.
Watch all 6 Sky Sports channels on your mobile and online.